Concealed Hill. Night Elf against Humba. And we have a Keepo. And yeah. So spawning at the top right, we have Hastur. He is going standard build with the Keepo. Gotta get that Keepo of the Grove. He's pretty good. I'm sure all of you know about his Dangle. Dangle's pretty good. Try it out. It's pretty good. And at the bottom left, our red human player. It is YungHofer. Gopher? YungHofer. And he is going normal human things, because that's kind of what human does. So Archmage, Footy Mans, and we shall see if he decides to expand or tech. But for now, pretty standard from both sides. Do we see a Moonwell? We do.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that means we do not know yet if there will be Huntresses or not. And an early tower by our human player, so does not want to be harassed at all. Definitely a safe play. Oh, Hastur. Okay, Hastur got the creep done properly. Trying to do a little bit of split creeping so I can creep it fast. But he is taking a bit of damage on his archer and needs to watch out for the footman stealing the kill here. Is there background noise, by the way, right now? If there is, it should go away in like a couple minutes, but it really sucks if there is. Oh, this is actually really well done by Hastur. Getting that level 2 real quickly, picking off the footman. I don't believe he denied any XP either. The human trying to take advantage of that by going for the Expo right away. However, his Archmage only level 1. And Hastur is level 2 and on the way, so even though he won't be here at the very start of the creep, still going to get some work done. Oh, this water alley, the water alley got purged as well. But he has crept most of the creep camp already. Trying to take out some militia if he can. But they are ran away quickly. Using an entangle, actually, oh, nice deny there on the water alley. So using an entangle is sometimes kind of bad because you really want all your mana on treants to take out the peasants. See, now he already doesn't have mana for another set of treants. Oh, spotting the tower. Might be able to kill it if the human not repairing. And there's really nothing on wood here for our human, but he does have just enough to start the hall. However, he is going to run out of resources before completing it. Nice deny there on the footman. But yeah, as you can see, he's just not getting as much done on this hall as you'd like. Running out of wood. Looks like he's starting to get it now. But once again, going to run out of wood.
Players' forces are under attack.
And you know what would have been a sick play by Hastur? Staff of Telly right now, and having a Wisp or an Archer here. That would punish the human so hard. Because he could just heal up on his Moonwells, Staff of Telly in, summon treants, and kill all of the peasants. But as it is, human being a bit aggressive here. Not getting level 3 yet. Oh, but we'll find an archer, might be able to put some damage on it. Does he pick up boots and dust? No boots, but there is dust. This archer will likely wake up the creeps before dying. Oh, human actually wants to be safe. Probably the right call, because with the human so far away from his expo, elf might be able to put in some big damage as there was no tower early on. Tower only just now starting. Should be able to cancel this. The Archmage will arrive in a decent timing. Does have claws. Oh, Manual of Health. No, pick up the Manual of Health. Pick up the sacred text, bro. Okay, no one likes to read apparently. Archer going to be nicely microwaved. This one may die. Oh, and there's a panda already. And some big damage coming in on these peasants. Breath of Fire. Needs to watch out with these peasants a little bit, but the archers also need to be careful. Footmen are here. One archer going to go down. One wisp missing the detonate. Did not see the water elemental going to be moving. And Hastur maybe overcommitting a little bit. He is getting some damage done. Might be able to pick off one or two more peasants. But there is dust. He can reveal and start killing these archers. Bunch of militia called in, taking a breath of fire, but Keeper gonna have to run, and Panda is getting surrounded. And Panda! Keeper! Oh no. Oh, but the militia timing ran out. Panda can actually kill a bunch of these. Does he get out? He does actually get out, but he will die still, I believe. Actually, since the Archmage never bought boots, he might still be able to get the kill though with a block here. Pretty hard to get past this footy man. Footy man can just attack at this point even. Yeah, Panda does go down. But decent damage. Got around like a footman and like 4 or 5 peasants, maybe 1 archer dying, something like that. Also, I think the Archmage got to read the sacred texts. It is gone now. Plus 50 health for that Archmage. Kind of a big deal. Imagine if that Keeper had 50 more health. He could have stuck around a little longer. Oh, Entangle coming out, but won't actually secure the kill as it is only level 1 Entangle. Panda still in the altar. Dryads, Abolish on the way. Keeper actually taking quite a bit of damage here. Abolish still not finished yet. But we do have tier 3 coming, and the Panda is back. Ancient of War not in position to creep yet. Really needs that Abolish, because these water elementals are doing a big work. Oh no, watch out. Run away. Little Dryad prancing away. But this Archmage, these water ellies putting in so much damage. Dryad might die, there's no healing. Or very minimal healing. One water ellie getting denied even. Big plays from YungHofer, and he's going to go in for the Dryad. Will get 1. Could even go for the other, but would cost him a TP, so probably not worth. Yeah, Keeper in a rough spot, really needs to reach that level 3. Get that level 2 Entangle unlocked so he can pick stuff off, or get level 2 Treants so that the Panda can creep well with Treant support. Archmage continuing to poke around, almost has a water ellie, but shouldn't be able to do too much as he is half health already. It needs to be careful of the Dryad slow. We do have bears now as well. 1 rejuve going off already. Should see the next rejuve used on the Keeper. Level 3 unlocked. Big pickup. And Wand of Illusion is huge. That's one of the best items you can get if you're going to do 1 base bears against a human expo. Generally 1 base bear push is not too good against human anymore, because humans all just get so much mass on tier 2 of rifle, breaker, caster, and like you're just never going to push through that properly unless the human screwed up earlier. But if the human screwed up earlier, that means you could have just put up an expansion yourself in the first place. So it's kind of like a, you know, generally not what you want to do, but sometimes you get stuck not being able to expo. Maybe Hastur felt he couldn't expo here. And yeah, as we can see, YungHofer already at 48 food. Does have a little bit of wood trouble, but his production buildings are all like finished. Oh, this might be why. What are these guys doing? They're sleeping on the job. Abolish coming in, get that XP. Panda still not level 3 and not even that close. Would have liked to creep this probably for solo XP on the Panda. Still has not selected a skill on level 3 for the Keeper. Oh, that was a lot of mana drained there. Honestly, I would have liked to see level 2 Treants and let the Panda solo creep this with Treants plus army. Get level 3 and then push. But we do have a little bit of a push already. Saving the entangle for the blood mage, nicely done, and actually going to potentially kill this. Heal potion is used, but blood mage still low. Breath of fire going on the units rather than the blood mage, which will allow the blood mage to escape. We do have 2 or 3 rejuvenations available, and another bear coming in for another couple. Also an abolish for these water alleys, and the human army getting a little bit stuck on itself. Archmage getting trapped, uses a heal potion, does have a heal scroll and a TP still as well. And the bear push not looking too terrible so far. But the problem is the panda is still only level 2, really needs to reach level 3, so this breath of fire is actually doing decent damage. And now with the next 2 breakers coming out, that's when things can really start to turn, as long as the human does not lose the 0-0. Yeah, as you can see, Night Elf getting caught out a little bit, going to lose 1 bear, and every bear lost is huge because he's only on 1 base economy versus 2 base. Human should be stabilizing here now. Footman line has finally fallen, but now there's breakers on the field. There's still the casters, water ellies, and Hastur looking to be in a rough spot now. Panda level 3, but now it's time to retreat. Not even going to be able to really use that level 3 here. Ancient War finally in position to creep the lab. But this is definitely a rough spot for our elf. I think the play here, as the Night Elf, maybe pick up a Staff of Teleportation on the Keeper and run the Keeper into here or here, and just have Orb of Venom Keeper plus 1 set of Treants hitting away at the peasants. The human actually has to bring back his army to deal with it, and then you can just Staff of Tele out because he does not have a Mountain King for stun. So that's definitely the type of play he should be aiming for, but as we can see here, looking to just creep. Now he's probably looking to defend as he knows the human's coming his way. However, defending's a bait. Defending means you have to fight the human straight up, and the human army is incredibly scary now. Bumping up to 61 food, getting upgrades, more breakers on the way. Gets the creep camp, should be able to pick up the mana potion as well. And a little bit of flank here though. Actually manages to pick off a mortar, the other mortar team running away. The human army is not too big yet. He does need to be a little careful here. Maybe pick up a Zeppelin or TP out. And okay, yeah, he is TPing out. Wise choice from our human player. Because even though the human army is pretty strong at this point, it gets way stronger in like an extra minute. Because see, in another minute, he's going to be able to pump another 2 breakers, add in like a mortar team, and then we're talking. Breakers, 1 armor upgrade already as well, which is huge. The longer these breakers can last, the harder it is for the elf to do much of anything against them. Panda a bit low on mana, going to need to chug some clarities later, or maybe drain the moonwells. Dryads taking some poison damage, which hurts a bit, but yeah, there is actually plenty of moonwells here. 3 of them, yeah, like 3 of them are full. 2 of them are half full. And claws plus 9. Keeper does hit pretty hard once the claws get past. And a footman. Oh no. Oh, Dryads will take care of it, but there is defend, I think. And now, yeah, really awkward having to use the Dryads to deal with it. Oh no. This is such a big mistake, not killing the footman as it was walking past. That's why you gotta attack move, not move command when you go places. Oh, you had to use like 2 rejuvenations on Dryads just to heal up from the defense with me. Now we gotta push, and this is what I'm talking about. Now this human army, actually really scary. He has bumped up to 70 food. Has 1/1 breakers, 1/0 mortars, adept on priests, and just so many like such a high breaker count now. Look at how quick the panda's mana is gone. He wasn't able to do anything. Nice Wand of Illusion here, but we do have Priest Dispel if he can spot out the bears. Bears dropping low, one nicely staffed out. And Hastur actually doing pretty good. He's actually doing pretty good. But he doesn't have much mana, so he's completely reliant on the Orb of Venom and a little bit of bear damage. Illusions did buy a bit of time here too. But now we got the huge Water Torrent, and how do you deal with the Water Torrent when your army is gone? Human also able to replenish much better. Can probably bring these breakers back and heal them later as well. And all there is left is a keeper. Going to get rid of that Sork, but going to have to back off here. There's a shop for the human. Yeah, he can pop the regen scroll on those breakers if he wants. And be set. Hastur did better than I expected though. Honestly, if this panda gets high enough level here, and you know, level 5, he can still do some work. But a long ways away, only just now reached 4. However, we do have 7 bears. Oh, needs to watch out. Morph them! Okay, does morph them before they get drained, but the panda getting drained completely still is not past the claws either. Really needs a anti-magic potion for the panda when you engage in these fights as well. Maybe not for this fight, as it is mostly breakers. Human actually hasn't resupplied too well yet. Sitting on 600 gold currently, and some units in production. Oh my god, is he gonna try to expand? I think this is actually a potentially losing play for the human. This is an overcommitment. He's spending too much on buildings. Hastur is going to be able to push in with these bears and take this. We're gonna see him purchase a heal scroll and go in here. Panda still no mana though, and still has not passed those claws. Would really like to see it on the ranged hero. Okay, he will spot this. Human going into the base does not have Blizzard yet, so won't be able to take those moon walls out too quickly, but there are a couple mortar teams. Hastur, where are you going? Okay, he's just gonna leave the trance to deal with that. Needs to go to his base. Oh. But YungHofer taking out the healthy Moonwell. Night Elf trying to catch the human, but not doing so yet. Finally an engagement, but Siphon Keeper already out of mana, not going to have Entangle to disrupt the Siphon anymore. And the bear's in an awful choke. Bears still strong though, there are a lot of them. No upgrades however, and some are starting to fall. But Blood Mage has reached level 3, still has potions. Archmage also has a lot of water elementals that it can still summon when they come off cooldown. But the bear count's actually so high. He's taking quite a few kills here. If he can save a couple of these bears, that would be huge. And the human TPing out does take out one bear though, but another couple units fall. And now Hastur going to be able to take out these towers if he wants, and even the 4 peasants. Needs to be careful to not lose his bears, but otherwise, I mean, this isn't bad for the Night Elf. Staff, please. Okay, these towers are actually doing a lot of damage. And a human starting to march across does have 2/1 breakers. I always wonder why they get damage upgrades before armor on the breakers though. Because your damage is from feedback anyways, you don't really need that normal damage, I feel. I don't know, maybe it's fine. And human taking the middle camp. Honestly, should probably sell the pendant. Not too useful with the Blood Mage army, because you know, you just siphon out mana anyways. And Cloak of Flames, also not too useful. So that's a lot of gold sitting here for the human. Cloak and pendant that he can sell. Also, mana potion he can sell. That's like 1,000 gold. You know, with upkeep, maybe like 700 gold, I guess, right? But 700 gold is like another 2 breakers and a mortar team. That's a big deal.
Player's forces are under
So
attack.
would like to see him sell that at some point. Maybe pick up heal scrolls as well. Hastur spotting whether the mid camp is being expoed at. Sees that it was crept though. And Hastur kind of needs to make a play here. He needs to either expo, get his panda up to near level 5 by creeping a fountain or something, catch out the human maybe. Oh, catching out some peasants. Big pickups, might even be able to grab one of these breakers. Oh, the peasants are all dying to the ground.
Are under attack.
Trying to take out the breaker, but the human going to march into the elf base. And elf does not have a TP. These are some dead moonwells. Still water elementals, no blizzard. Which I don't hate.
A town
I do think water elemental is pretty good. But it does mean he won't be able to kill all the moonwells super fast. He does have flame strike though. So that can definitely put in some work. Detonates coming in. Not a huge deal as there is level 2 brilliance anyways. Panda needs to get in a position at the start. Get the good. Oh my god, he breath of fired the breakers. Oh, that's rough. Not too good of a breath there. Finally getting near the back line. Next breath could be big. And Panda also nearing level 5. Does not actually have Drunken Haze either. Just Breath of Fire and Brawler. And the breakers starting to fall. Bears also super weak, but nicely getting micro back. One last breath. And the human army starting to look weak. Treants coming in. Do we have control magic? Because then these treants could actually be a bad thing. Okay, just dispelled. Oh my god, the elf army is so weak. So weak. But the human army also really small right now. Most of the human army is retreating. Look at all these red health. He has 5 breakers with less than 50 health each. Oh my god, that's such a big deal. Oh, flame strike gets cancelled actually from the entangle and has to use an invuln. Water elementals super tanky though. One detonate coming out. Level 5 panda unlocked. Does have a mana potion if he wants to go for a breath kill, and he will actually try for it. But Blood Mage is microed back. Bears still all weak and starting to fall. 2 bears dying. Keeper trying to do what he can with the Orb of Venom, but another bear going to fall. These other bears not able to heal yet. There is towers coming up at the expo as well. And Keeper slowed, picked off. Archmage level 6. Going to be on a last refuge. And at the bottom left, our red human player, the winner from last game, YungHofer. And at the top right, our yellow night elf, Hastur. And he is going to go a altar build. You know, just altar hero. So no tavern build here, as you would possibly expect on last refuge to see the tavern build, but it is going to just be either a demon or keeper most likely. Now, personally, I'm a bigger fan of potentially, like if I'm going to play Demon Hunter, it would probably be on some map like this, although Tavern Hero does also feel good on this map. But the reason I like Demon Hunter is because you know they are almost certainly going to go for the Merc Camp. And I feel like you can get some value out of chasing down that Shadow Priest with a Demon Hunter, as well as deny the opponent from abolishing. But it is going to just be the Keeper. Some people are definitely just most comfortable with the Keeper. I myself sometimes play Keeper on this map rather than any of the alternatives. And the human, standard build so far. Will the first footman go to scout, or is he going to look for a pole? He is indecisive, going both ways. Looks like he's going to scout with it. Sometimes you'll see them go for the Merc Camp first, and having that footman in position. But it should just be the small green, I believe, with this route. Or militia called. We are underway. Okay. Ancient War, a little ways away from these preppers. Not a big deal. Ring of Protection, not what you want to see for your keeper. You'd really like to get those claws. Oh my god, he's actually going instant expo. So Hastur did have a wisp near here, but keeper going to be extremely late. Will he go across? It looks like he's going to get mana and go across. Oh, he's actually going to do... Oh no, the wisp! The footman got the wisp. And there is no entangle, so this footman is a real distraction right now. While YungHofer is actually reaching level 2 because he got that wisp kill. Huge wisp kill. And now the other wisp might also be going down. Treant's just kind of chilling. Keeper marching across. The wisp is actually baiting now. Keeper will be able to sneak by. Nicely detoed, but not a big enough bait, and the human is nearby already. However, we may see a couple peasants killed. There was an early tower this time though, but should be able to claim a couple peasants and even potentially the tower. No repair coming out in time, and now huge delay on the expo. Next set of treants, but this is also the last set of treants for now. He did not heal on his moonwells before coming over, so he only had 2 sets of treants this time, but it is appearing to be enough for now. Was able to cancel the tower and kill 4 peasants, I believe, so that is pretty huge. Human on the other hand, a little low on wood and a little low on peasants. This is big. Oh my god. Might be able to see a hidden archer somewhere nearby and then pick up Staff of Telly. That could be a huge play here, because if the keeper comes in quick enough, you can kill a lot more peasants and maybe even cancel the town hall. Oh, Archer, you need to hide. What are you doing? No Staff of Telly, but keeper does have entangle available. We'll be able to get one of these footmen. Other footmen going to run off. Hunter's Hall should be around on time. And more mana. Oh, footmen coming in. Probably just baiting for now, I guess. Yeah, Hastur going to go push again. Tower not even starting its upgrade yet. And Hastur's reaching tier 2. Oh, this is huge. I like the Tinker pickup. Tinker Factory is so difficult to deal with if you do not have enough footmen here. We need militia called. Is he doing it? He is. Nice plays by our human. But the Tinker about to drop in the factory. There's no defense, no tower. Archer's distracting the footmen for now. Entangle coming out. Might just want to see more treants, but factory, big plays. There is militia here though. Human is going to flank the Tinker before it gets out of hand, and the Tinker is getting surrounded. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Tinker. That's... Oh, get the tower! Kill it! No, Tinker! Oh, honestly, I liked the play, but the Tinker getting surrounded really puts this hugely in the human's favor, and Hastur has a long way to go to catch up anymore. There's no counter expo. Tinker has no XP. Lore's only halfway finished. There was some decent damage though. The human is not teching yet himself, but not as much damage as he would have liked. You really want to get out, like, you know, all 3 factories worth of mana on the Tinker, and instead he only got 1 factory. Didn't get a ton of damage with it, and now just unable to do much. Human should be starting its tech. Yeah, is starting its tech. Lumber upgrade on the way, which will solve all of his problems, as he does have a lot of peasants now. Keeper kind of just running around here. Archmage also almost level 3. which will be a huge pickup once you get that level 2 water alley to defend and creep with. And the Tinker, unsure of where to go. He really only has 2 archers, so a bit difficult to do much right now, but we do have Dryads on the way, tier 3 on the way. And another Entangle coming out, but another archer potentially falling. Nicely pulled back though. Oh, and it actually gets the deny again for our human player. Will he deny the water alley? It seems so. Walking it into the creeps. But Dryads are now on the field, and now the Night Elf can track down some units, but YungHofer at this point has fortified his base. He's starting his tech. He has a few militia, about to reach level 3 Archmage. Going to be difficult. Dryads do have Abolish though, but he only made 1 Dryad, so not much value from the Abolish currently. And human, letting him get away with a lot of damage here. You really do not want this factory to get too many goblins out, and now he's going to lose all of his peasants, taking too long to come back to his base. Maybe should have just left the creep camp after the first high priest in level 3. And yeah, a little bit of peasant slaughter there. Definitely what Hastur needed to come back into this game. Abolish not really paying off yet because not much mana for this 1 Dryad.
A town is under siege.
Do have more Dryads finally on the way though, and next we should see some bears, as he is tier 3. Yeah, master training and bears queued up. No shop though, so going to have to wait for that orb. And just looking to creep, want to reach that level 3, that level 2. Human.
A player's forces are under attack.
Has some units in position to scout the Night Elf. And the defensive tower oh my god, what is this mining? Like walking around the bottom of the tower. What is this, dude? What? Is it? He doesn't even have 5 on gold either, it's like 4. Is this one going to gold maybe? I don't know. But we do have double sanctum, double barracks as well. So going to be a lot of rifles, I guess. Maybe more rifle caster and less breakers. Which actually might be good against Tinker, right? Maybe you don't need as many breakers against Tinker, at least not early on, especially when there's 3 Dryads on the field too. Because having the extra riflemen really helps for picking off the factory, whereas breakers are more for draining panda mana and stuff like that. Tinker nearing a level 3, but still not quite there. Keeper does finally have 3. Getting 1 more footman kill here. Eventually. Okay. Human. Going to snipe the Ogre Magi. Gets a potion of invuln. Pretty okay pickup. But this is kind of what the elf wants right here. Get a bunch of pickoffs on the rifles before they get into a huge count. And some footman pickoffs, but he didn't really use Entangle. Entangle! Get the rifleman. Okay, Dryad slow, kicking in. Should be 1 dead rifleman. But we have a lot of production buildings on the way. Priests have Adept. Zork's on the way. The 1 rifle does fall. And this time Hastur getting a expansion up, and I think it will actually finish this time. Tinker also reached level 3 with that rifle kill, which is huge because this level 2 factory can put in some real damage here. There is a guard tower though, might want to see that focused onto the factory to get rid of it. But so far, Night Elf can actually take this fight. The Abolish being able to quickly get rid of that water alley, and there just isn't enough bears though. Hastur a little short on bears. Does have a lot of gold banked up though. Could start breaking right now, and with some extra bears could really put pressure on this army. But so far sticking at 50 food, which isn't necessarily bad. Next factory will come out. If the human player stays near this factory too long without killing it, these goblins are going to clean up though. Oh. No more abolish. Water Ellie will survive. One more Dryad falls. I mean, not the worst. I think he got a couple peasants. There's only 2 on gold. Tower a bit damaged. And a lot of the human army actually died. Not bad for the Night Elf at all. Going much better than I expected after the early game. Because the early game was a little bad after the Tinker died. But then he ended up picking off a bunch of peasants and was still in the game. We have Orb, we have Staff. Vampara is huge as well. Did not notice that from earlier. But now there's 4 sorcerers on the field, 4 rifles. Do we have, yeah, we have a damage upgrade on the way. Bunch of pre-skewed. Not using the workshop so far, maybe waiting till he has a higher food count of other units. Blood Mage 2.6. And priests have arrived. They have adept training, does dispel the 1 entangle. But there are enough bears here, and combined with the factory, they can put in some big damage. 1 rifle is going to fall. Another rifle looking to fall. But Night Elf might have to back off soon. A lot of bears starting to drop low. The Dryads low mana, getting a little bit mispositioned, but rifles not being able to focus them just yet. Another bear dropping low. And Keeper, level 4. And another bear coming in for the rejuve. That is huge. Get these bears healthy and can actually keep the pressure here. Human is not actually masked up what he needs yet to fight properly. Blood Mage not level 3 yet. No breakers on the field. 2 are getting queued right now. But Hastur looking to load up his gold mine and break 50 food. Should really transfer like 4 of these wisps though, because he has 1100 wood. TBH. And Tome of Retraining. Preparing to switch to rockets. Now that he's just about level 4. Which is probably a decent choice. Sometimes you do want to get a bit more army first. But rockets are pretty good. Human looking to block off his expo a little bit more. To be a bit more safe. And does have mortars on the way. No tier 3, it is just the standard tier 2 army for now. Might see tier 3 later if needed though. And getting a lot of creeping done here. Going to be close to level 5 on the Archmage and like 3.5 on the Blood Mage here soon too. Claws, decent pickup. But Tinker also reached level 4. Should retrain here now, I believe. And the gold mine is running. Wind on the way. More Dryads pumping out. Should see a couple more bears pumping out as well, or maybe even mountain giants. Mountain giants would be super good, but I'm not sure if he has time for the mountain giants and the research upgrades for them, as they do take quite a long time for both. The value of them would be huge though if he can get them out. I mean, generally you just go bears against this. But I do think a couple mountain giants can have huge value. And another claws picked up. This Keeper going to have plus 12 claws, plus 9 claws once those get passed. Big damage. Big damage. Still has not used the retraining for some reason though. I'm unsure of exactly why he's holding it. And it needs to macro a little bit better. Bear's a bit weak. No heals. Oh, 1 heal scroll. But retraining not used yet. Will he go for the factory instead? Oh, does do the retraining. Rockets on the way. Oh, but rockets get canceled. He moved to the Tinker after starting the rockets. Only literally one rocket came out. Siphon training the Keeper. Fairy dragons have arrived, but not yet in mana flare form. And the bears dropping so fast. There just wasn't a big enough bear count here. And a huge heal scroll from the human, healing everything to full. And now the night elf has engaged the creeps. Oh, everything's just a disaster right now. Finally getting some damage from these Tinker rockets, but it's just too little too late. We might be able to see the night elf regroup, heal up, and then come back and defend. But he needs to start macroing. You need to get those bears queued. 1200 gold. We got 2 bears queued in each. Should add in the fairies as well. But this expo is going to fall. No saving it anymore. Teto is going to come out.
A player's forces are under
Now the goal probably should be to get to level 5 Tinker. Maybe take this camp real quick. Because you're going to need that big AoE from the Tinker to fight this. And human already at 80 food. Technically 81, but I'm sure he will cancel something. Probably, or kill a peasant. Something. Don't sit at 81, bro. Come on, bro. Flying machine going to scout. We'll see the night elf creeping here. And might even creep jack this. This is an awkward position. Night elf does not have a TP either. And you really don't want to... I mean, maybe Night Elf can back up here and the fight wouldn't be too terrible, but it's definitely not great. Tinker really close to 5 though. And Ankh of Reincarnation, 1 kill will be 5 on the Tinker, but the bears not with the surface area they need. Breakers do have a bit of range, so they are all still hitting. A couple bears flanking on the back line, which is helpful. Tinker rockets, but Siphon going to get rid of all of that mana, and the Tinker starting to be useless now. Bears dropping quickly, mortars doing huge damage in the back line, and Night Elf just still stuck, cannot get out. Oh no. Level 5 on the Blood Mage. Man, how do you deal with these human heroes? The elf heroes are pretty high level, but there's just no army there to support them anymore. Keeper going to Zeppelin out. Tinker and bears trying to run. But the human ready to push in does have a level 6 Archmage now as well. It's going to be very hard for the elf to do much of anything when it comes to running around the map. And there's just no mana on the elf side. Level 3 Flame Strike was the choice as well. Going to have huge damage on these buildings and any units caught in the way. Oh, and just everything's falling. It's a massacre of the trees. Getting burnt to a crisp. Human army is overwhelming. Rockets coming in, doing what they can, but the priest heal is enough to just save them all. Keeper getting focused, not going to be able to run away. Could potentially swap the Ankh over, but all that's really going to do is stall the game a little bit. Night Elf finally reaching some decent hero levels too, but just not enough without an army. Calls the GG. YungHofer 2-0.